Choi opting for iron off the tee for position on this short par 4/5. Fairway bunkers on the right-hand side. Started about 195 metres or so.
Area Jatanagan went for it one day this week. Not much to be had.
Bit of a hold up here on the 4th. GA Shin was just over on 8. This is a great looking drive from Hannah Green. It should find that speed shoot and get launched forward.
Hard to hear you, Ali, amongst the green team. Woo! Smoked that drive.
She certainly got that one out of the middle. And another great looking drive here on a very similar line. Doesn't quite get the bounce, but still it's going to filter on all the way down that hill. I'll try and find out the names of the green team. Maybe Curly. What's the rest of the Stooges?
Larry and Mo.
There we go.
Now also iron off the tee for Sun Young Yu. And a smart play. Just set themselves up with just a pitching wedge or so into this 5th green.
It's going to be a fascinating day. Could lend itself to several outcomes. Jin Young Ko cruising around the golf course, but we're seeing some great challenges from the likes of Hannah Green. Wow, we've had an absolutely marvellous week here in Adelaide. Plenty to enjoy on the golf course and also off when you go into the sea. Swimming with dolphins, surely that's on your bucket list, Jane Crafter.
I had the pleasure of doing that once in Hawaii, Kate Burton, and I will never forget that. Amazing experience. Curry Webb's mum and dad did that this week here in South Australia. Had a ball.
Ball of Sun Young Yu. Kari Webb unfortunately not making it through to the weekend. Missed the cut after a disappointing second round. Pleasure to have her join us in the commentary box. 5-time Australian Open champion, now Kirk.
Yeah, one of the places you don't want to be here at Kooyonga regularly is over the backs of greens. A lot of runoffs, but that's nicely done. Fortunately for Catherine, had plenty of green to work with there. So gives herself a chance for a par save.
Good spin, settle. Oof. Legend Joy has come out all guns blazing. 2 under par, through 4 holes.
Well, that one had action of going in, Kate. It was very, very close to hitting the pin on the way back. Green softening up just a little bit with this rain. Looks like it's stopped for the moment, which is good news for the players and the fans. Oh, watch out for Christy Kerr if she starts making a bunch of putts. Now has her own wine label and has enjoyed some wine tasting early in the week here in South Australia. There's great plans to come back again next year.
Maybe a couple of days earlier.
I think perhaps. She's studying to be a sommelier, so.
Oh, looks thrilled to be out here. Catherine Kirk, par putt.
Important one here. Keep your momentum. How beautifully still she keeps her head, Kate. I think that's something for everyone to learn at home.
And it's a good word you mentioned there, Jane. Momentum. That is what golf is all about. You need the confidence, the self-belief. And Catherine Kirk is on a steam train. 5 under par. Went out in 32. Couple of good saves there with pars on 10 and 11. She's 5 back.
Should be fine. Correct, and the green will bring it around right to left. Straight at it's not bad either. Guy in the blue shirt.
Really anything just out to the right of this pin will filter down to the left, as Dean illustrated, but 28 metres on. Anything 22 metres would allow for that big kick forward off the downslope. Strike sounded pretty good, just left of the flag, but very nice.
It's good.
We'll change golf balls this year and now getting a lot more spin, according to a caddy, Dean Herden. So when the well-struck shot is executed, it grabs just as they plan.
Just 93 left for Hannah. And it's almost one of those shots where the pin's taunting you. She has the perfect angle. She has plenty of green to work with. Needs to capitalise. Coming in low, looks good again.
She's got to be getting a kick out of the green team.
You wonder if she's...
She said she's laughing after every shot. That's so great.
whether she's excited or embarrassed.
Yeah, I flew him in.
You know what? Could be really good for her. Keep her light-hearted, you know, focused, but then a little light-hearted after the shot's over.
15th club in the bag. Sun Yun Yu, chance of a birdie at 5. Champion at Royal Melbourne in 2015, Lydia Ko.
This is here at the par 4. Slight dogleg to the right, 10th. Set herself up with a good angle, and that's a great shot. To a pin that's on the right. It's not that easy or accessible.
Try and close the gap to 3. Good try. It was a bold putt from Herjin Choi.
Well, the chasers need to make those, Kate, don't they?
Oh, yeah, she's not going to. It's not going to be much opportunity, especially when Jin Young Ko is in this superb form. Marina Alex. What a good player she is, and she keeps on getting better. Marina Alex had the best year of her career last year, 6 top 10 finishes, and 3rd in the CP Women's Open as well. So we'll be seeing and hearing more from Marina Alex in 2018.
I don't think it's a big break.
Barely a breath of wind right now. Very still conditions. Rain just sprinkling a little bit of anything, but it's really started to hold off. Ideal scoring conditions.
Yeah, probably feeling.
Downhill, left to right. Hannah Green's going to get a very good read from this as well. She just moved her marker over.
Ali, that was always going to be a difficult putt. Had good pace, just never quite got it up high enough.
The scary thing about those putts is that those are for birdie with Jin Young Ko.
We have to think, Ali, this is a must-make.
Well, just for even a bit of a momentum change, the crowd genuinely is keeping Hannah quite happy at the moment. She's enjoying it. You can tell that she's, if anything, mildly embarrassed in a way, which is actually quite lovely. Not used to that kind of attention.
And the green team roar into action, and rightly so. An excellent putt by Hannah Green.
Par 4, Sun Young Yu. 6 under she remains, heading to the difficult par 4, 6th.
It's the conviction in which she strikes those 3-foot par putts, which is also impressive. There's not many weaknesses in her game. Dean Herden did mention those 6-foot putts could be her Achilles heel. There's a 6-foot putt for Lydia Ko, who's missed too many of these over the past 18 months. That hasn't seen her enter the winner's circle since mid-June 2016, which is the longest drought in her career.
Now, second shot for the Western Australian at the difficult par 4, 6th. Semi-blind shot to the left-hand hole location, needs to settle. That's not bad. It's a hole that you take par and run to the next tee. Now, Marina Alex. I'm a big fan of this young player. Great personality. Didn't learn anything from Lydia Ko's putt there. It's pretty darn straight.
So an opportunity squandered for Marina Alex.
Now, 5th tee for Ko.
210 runner down the left-hand side. If that's the angle, this is the angle of Ko. It looks beautiful.
Ideal.
Hot player on the golf course, Catherine Kirk. She is 5 under today.
Approaching the difficult par 4, uphill 12th, back left hole location. Job 1, get it on the putting surface. It's a hard hole location to attack, especially when you're down the left-hand side, as Catherine was.
Is that Dean Herden trying to crack one of his rather poor jokes?
Yes. I've had the pleasure of having Dean caddy for me, and he's one of the all-time great guys from Wagga Wagga, and just a great Aussie.
He does? Hey, sir. My sister has 2 horses.
Really?
Yeah, race horses.
I look like
Well, while they find out more about each other, we'll jump ahead to the 12th with Christy Kerr playing alongside Catherine Kirk.
Much better angle, Kate, to this hole location. It needs to settle. It's a little bit of a ridge back there. Ooh, lucky it stopped. It's diabolical over the back.
The world number 3, 2-time major champion So Yeon Yu, is to remain at 5 under. And a good par saver for So Yeon Yu at the 7th to remain at 5 under par. Feel that she's starting to run out of holes, the world number 3.
Well, we saw Minjee Lee with her approach here to the 6th. This is for birdie. No, good holding speed, that's encouraging. Always want to give it a chance. It's played quite difficult, one of the more difficult holes, especially on the front 9. Number 6 and number 8. I think if you can get away with pars, certainly if you can make a birdie, that's a huge bonus. Just play those difficult holes conservatively. Here's a good look back down the 5th fairway. 297-metre risk reward. We've only seen a couple of players give the green a real go, but not much wind, no advantage really. It's quite tight up there.
Yeah. Yep, Jin High's fine. Landing her.
92 metres just to cover that front bunker, 100 metres on the dot to the pin. But really you want to land it at least that just to get onto the flat section, maybe putt back towards the pin, given the little backstop behind the hole. Just a little out to the right, seems to be pretty good.
That's an understatement.
Your superlatives there, Ali. She is so good. How many ways can you say brilliant? Well, Ali has a good Duke University education, so I know she'll come back with a few. Sun Yun Yu, meanwhile, on 6.
Semi-blind approach. Oh, she's done it well. Brilliant shot.
Similar equation for Hannah. Just 8 yards left, 8 metres less, 94, headed straight at it again.
Okay.
And so they kiss balls, and that means that Hannah Green's ball will just remain in play, but Jin Young Ko's ball will be replaced to where it originally lay. Well, fans of Jie Shin will be disappointed to hear she's just gone bogey, double bogey, to tumble back down to 3 under.
Now here's Choi on the 6th as well. And 2 excellent shots for these players at the par 4. 371 metres. Playing a little bit easier today as there's no breeze.
Plenty of looks at birdie for Catherine Kirk today. Here's another one at 12.
Just needed a whisker more.
She's been putting her socks off today. You're kind of surprised it didn't go in. She drained a monster on 8.
Well, there's 4 difficult par 4s to start the back 9. It really has played substantially more difficult than the front 9. So the fact that she's parred 10, 11, 12 shouldn't be too concerning. 13 might be more of a birdie opportunity for these players. So as you mentioned, Kate, Jin Young Ko able to replace her ball to its original position. Does that and then marks it. So really good chances for both of these players for birdies here at what really is a birdie hole, Ali.
I thought we weren't using the word good anymore.
Yeah, sorry, that was pretty ordinary,
Great,
wasn't
lovely,
it?
Fantastic, magnificent,
Oh,
amazing.
She's got a thesaurus out. Come back to those 2 birdie putts in a moment. Meanwhile, up ahead, Jie Shin needs a birdie.
Well, she's double bogeyed the 8th twice this week. Trying to put that out of her mind and get started again.
Her hands look very close to her body.
That's kind of the way she's always putted. As the rain looks to be starting again lightly.
Topsy-turvy, outward half, even par 37, but she started so promisingly with the birdies on 1 and 2. We thought the final round queen is going to make an appearance. 9 holes remain. You never know.
Now Ko for birdie.
Pretty flat putt, really, in general, but probably a little right to left.
Looked a little more tentative than some of the ones we have seen from her this week. So the door is open, Hannah Green.
It doesn't take much in a final round just to change momentum.
Jin Choi, 3 under par for the day. It gets to 9 under, just 3 behind.
A 19-year-old from South Korea.
Oh, it's game on. And this is a chance for Hannah Green to join her.
A lot of people missed this on the high side this morning.
Good call there, Ali. Pretty darn straight. And oh, that's an opportunity that she'd love to have over. Little shake of the head. Got to put it out of your mind. She's very strong mentally. She's going to need it. Now from the front of the green, Minjee Lee here at the 7th.
A bold, confident strike from Minjee Lee, and she is 7 under par, 5 behind. This is to join her on 7 under for Sun Yun Yu.
Oh, the chasers, Kate, cannot afford to not capitalise on opportunities after beautiful shots. They've got to start making all of them. You can't wait for Jin Young Ko to stumble because it's unlikely.
And you've got a couple of tough holes coming up though, 6 and 8. They played the hardest holes yesterday on the golf course. And so it's a difficult part of the golf course to navigate. That's where Jin Young Ko is heading next.
Yeah, those are going to be crucial holes. And I think
a 3 for the world number 16 remains at 7 under par. And why don't we go back to the 6th hole, which has proved to be a real problem for a lot of players this week, Jane.
Oh, you're certainly right, Kate. It has always played as one of the most difficult par 4s on the golf course. It's a slightly uphill landing area for the players, just a tad of a dogleg from left to right. Some big gum trees line the right-hand side, so you don't want to go anywhere near those. Want to stay left of centre is ideal.
Barely any wind right now. So maybe because of that, the 2 bunkers in play. Likely to be just a little bit short of them, although Hannah's going to test this theory. It's up the right-hand side, needs to slow down.
Not much. It's only soft.
And he said it ventured up the right-hand side of the fairway. Check back in with that. 13th hole, Catherine Kirk. Looks like she's smoked a drive down the middle of the fairway. No glove. Catherine Kirk never has played with one.
This is a pretty firm green. It's been replaced not too long ago. So judging the carry and the spin is important. Could have done with just a little more. But you certainly don't want to go long.
The fearless leader, Jin Young Ko.
Anything up that right-hand side, just short of the bunker, would be ideal given the hole location today. This headed up just left of centre. Should find that upslope.
Yep, no problem at all.
She's super consistent, Jin Young Ko, and you've got to think that having Dean Herden on the bag is such an advantage for her.
Eight iron, front hole location on the lower plateau, or right at it.
Wow, she is good. Tell you, Christy Kerr is a member of the American side that won the UL International Crown, and I'm just thinking, how good is this Korean team going to be this year when, for the first time, it will be held in Korea in October, first time outside of the United States.
That is going to be just a fantastic event. A number of teams play, four-person teams from all over the world qualify. I think it's 8 teams, Kate, and yes, you can bet Christy Kerr wants to badly be on the US team. Slightly on the upslope, sending this one high. Oh, and a little too far left. That is a tough hole location. Very steep down there. And that repels the ball well away from the green.
Sun Yanyu knows exactly how difficult that is. It's a very steep bank up to the green and into the hole. Well, let's go back to what's been happening on the golf course. Jin Young Ko on this second hole started with a birdie. And a fabulous approach, set up another birdie to deal a deadly blow to the rest of the field, 2 under through 2.
And then here we have Charlie Hull for a birdie on the par 5 ninth. It's a little downhill right to left and right in the centre of the cup. Well done, Charlie Hull.
He-Jian Choi birdie chance at 4, trying to close the gap on her compatriot Jin Young Ko, and rattled in a birdie putt very confidently indeed.
And at the short par 4, a 5th hole, Minjee Lee, a West Australian, good aggressive short club, just a sand wedge into this green. Oh, right on the front little plateau. She would go on to make birdie there at the 5th.
The winner of the CME Group Tour Championship last year, Arya Jatanagan, birdie chance at the 10th, and the knees egging the ball to go into the hole. It did. Excellent birdie from the former world number 1.
Oh, a great drive sets up, just a sand wedge here for Hannah Green from Western Australia, member of the Golf Australia rookie squad, professional rookie squad, and flying the flag for Australia, doing beautifully there.
Choi drained a long putt on the 4th, another chance on 6. It's been a difficult hole all week. Not if you putt like that.
Oh, what
Choi.
an impressive young player.
Oh, and that moves her to within 3 of the lead of this player, Jin Young Ko.
143 metres, playing 146, and really a lot less wind than previous days. This headed out toward the centre of the green. I think she's going to be outside 20 feet, which is quite amazing and rare.
Nevertheless, she is in a good position on this green, and it has never been an easy one to hit, so job well done. Now, Sun Yanyu, we saw her golf ball land right into that very severe upslope, and now she is in the semi-rough. Is she going to go high, or is she going to run it? She's going to go high, and she's going to try and use that little bit of a slope beside the hole. Well done.
Been a difficult shot to have killed it into the bank. Could have shot off in any direction. It's hard, but it's a gutsy play, isn't it, flying it to the hole?
Having to get up and go through and over the highest part of this bunker face. Is headed out to the right. It might be bunker bound again.
Indeed. About flag high. Plenty of green to work with, but error off the tee. It's going to make the 6th rather difficult for Hannah Green. Well, Christy Kerr has spent a lot of time around these greens, putting off the edges. She figured out that that was the best way for her to negotiate those shots.
And a very difficult shot, Jane, because 50% of that was all across the fringe. So you're hitting over 2 different lengths of grass, and it's very closely mown, these surrounds, but that is a very good touch.
Now Choi for another birdie to get to 10 under.
Surprisingly, for He-Jian Choi, the ball remains on deck. She's been very good with the flat stick.
Oh my gosh, I love her putting stroke, Kate. That was a pretty steeply uphill putt, and didn't look like she quite struck it as solidly as she might like. Took a little bit of a bobble in the middle there.
There's a lot to admire about her game. Once again, Catherine Kirk with another opportunity for a birdie.
Well, the marker of Christy Kerr shouldn't have been in her way if she'd had it on the correct line. Maybe it would have helped it to bounce back to the right, but has to settle for a par.
String of pars on the back nine, 4 to be precise, but well, let's marvel at her front nine. Sprinkling birdies all over it, 5 of them surge up the leaderboard. Quentin Hull has surged back into the commentary box. It's going to be a great afternoon, Q.
It is so still out there at the moment. It is the most still, I'd suggest, that we've had all tournament.
Your hair hasn't moved.
Just from some slightly awkward rake marks, and this needs to catch a slope. I'm not sure it will, but really not the easiest lie to play from. I think it might have pushed it out to the right for her.
Yeah, it hit the side of that little down slope, and she's going to have a very challenging putt for par. You know, the fairways are generous here at Kooyonga, and you can't afford to miss them in the wrong spot, and that is definitely the wrong spot, that right-hand fairway bunker. It's very deep and difficult to make really good contact out of it. You're so worried about getting it up quickly enough. Easy to come out to the right. It's pretty humid out there, Quentin.
A little sticky.
Yep.
It's almost like the weather has stopped to pay attention as well, because so often we've had that breeze coming through, and the tournament still rests on this lady's shoulders, but Virgin Choi just creeping ever closer. Of course, the locals' focus has been on Green and Kirk and Lee, but Virgin Choi playing this tournament for a 3rd time. I'm sure she's aware that the chasers are still in pursuit.
Downhill all the way. Not a huge mover, just in that start portion.
The lead is 3.
Well, I think, Ali, this is an important momentum putt as well, again, for Hannah. See how her nerves are and see if there's some ice in those veins that I believe is in there.
She's set up as though it's going to move a little right to left in the beginning, and then should snake back. But a very hard putt to read, to be honest with you. 2 competing slopes going head-to-head with each other.
Yeah, there's some very subtle slopes here. We had Kari Webb in the commentary box on Friday, and that's exactly what she said. She said she had a number of double breaking putts here at Kooyonga this week.
It's one of the things I've actually noticed about this golf course, I think, because of, you know, the way that it's almost, a lot of these greens are upturned saucers, that a lot of the uphill parts you get are actually from the tight edge of the green. It's from the short-sided position, more so than the middle of the green.
Is this the most birdieable weather we've had in the afternoon, Ali? Well,
It sure is.
yeah, it just feels like it out there, and this woman is making the most of it.
One crucial on this difficult par 4 8th to get a good drive away. Left centre is ideal, and that is less than ideal. That is some problem over there for Virgin Choi.
Well, Mother Nature's doing its bit for the chasers, Jane. It's just a matter of whether or not the golf can match what Jin Young Ko has done today and throughout the week. She started birdie, gave one back on 3, but still has a lead of 3. Virgin Choi has been perfect today. 3 birdies through 7. She's the closest, and the Aussies are still pursuing hard.